Turkey and its allies are building up forces along the border with Syria, raising concerns in the United States. There is a possibility that Ankara is preparing for a major military operation. The force is said to include rebel fighters, Turkish commandos, and a large amount of artillery, and is concentrated near the town of Ain al-Arab. High-ranking American officials spoke about this in an exclusive commentary for the Wall Street Journal. One official said Turkey's build-up began shortly after the fall of Bashar al-Assad in Syria and said Ankara's actions were similar to what happened in 2019 before its invasion of northeastern Syria. We are focused on this and we are urging restraint, another U.S. official told reporters. The publication recalled that a representative of the Syrian Kurdish civil administration, Ilham Ahmed, appealed to newly elected U.S. President Donald Trump with a request to put pressure on Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Turkey's goal is to establish de facto control over Syria before you take office, forcing you to engage with them as rulers of our territory. If Turkey continues its operation, the consequences will be catastrophic, Ahmed wrote in a letter to Trump, seen by reporters. The newspaper added that US-brokered ceasefire talks between Syrian Kurds and Turkish-backed rebels in Ain al-Arab had failed, with a Syrian Democratic Forces spokesman saying there was now a significant military buildup to the east and west of the city. On the other side of the border, we already see Turkish troops advancing, Ahmed wrote to Trump. In addition, Trump hinted in a conversation with journalists that Turkey organized the takeover of Syria by the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group, the publication recalled. The journalists also emphasized that during his first term, Trump partially withdrew American troops from northeastern Syria, which opened the way for the large-scale Turkish invasion. Hundreds of thousands of Syrians were killed or forced to flee their homes. The Republican administration later helped broker a ceasefire. Last week, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Turkey in an effort to de-escalate tensions. Blinken sought assurances from Erdogan to limit operations against Kurdish forces, but was unable to secure any commitments, according to the report.
A 15-year-old student opened fire inside a study hall at a small Christian school in Wisconsin, killing a teacher and teenager and prompting a swarm of police officers responding to a second grader's 911 call. The female student wounded 6 others in Monday's shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, including 2 students who were in critical condition, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes said. A teacher and 3 students were taken to a hospital with less serious injuries, and 2 of them were later released. Police said the shooter, identified as Natalie Rupno, was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound when officers arrived and died en route to a hospital. Barnes declined to offer additional details about the shooter, partly out of respect for the family. Abundant Life is a non-denominational Christian school pre-kindergarten through high school, with approximately 420 students in Madison, the state capital. A motive for the shooting was not immediately known, nor was it clear if the victims were targeted, Barnes said. Barnes said police were talking with the shooter's father and other family members, who were cooperating, and searching the shooter's home.
The Madison Police Department responded to a mass shooting at the Abundant Life Christian School today. Officers were dispatched to the school, which is located on the city's east side at 10:57 a.m. They arrived to find multiple people suffering from gunshot wounds. 3 people, including the shooter, are dead. The shooter has now been identified as 15-year-old Natalie Rupno, who went by the name Samantha. She was a student at the school, and evidence suggests she died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. A teacher and a teenage student were pronounced dead at the scene at that school. 6 other students and a teacher were injured and taken to area hospitals. 2 students remain in critical condition and have life-threatening injuries. A teacher and 3 students were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. 2 of these have been released and discharged from the hospital. The other 2 survivors are considered to be in stable condition. At this time, we believe there was only one shooter involved. We are still working to determine a motive. Detectives have talked to her family members this evening, as well as conduct a search of the shooter's home here in Madison.
Police in Houston say 2 teens were killed and 4 were injured, including a 13-year-old girl, in a shooting at a makeshift club. Assistant Chief Luis Menendez-Sierra said officers arriving at the site late Saturday night found a very hectic scene, with a large crowd of people running out of a makeshift club. Police said Sunday that a 16-year-old male died at the scene and a 14-year-old female died at a hospital, and that the injured 13-year-old was in critical condition. Police have not yet identified a suspect and have asked those who were at the event to call police with any information.